Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel. I'm your girl, Princess Leah 888, and this is your daily divine weekly weekend wisdom. And today we are celebrating the spring equinox and the first day of Aries season. So happy new year to the zodiac signs. It is our official zodiatric new year, which makes it our final new year of the year so far. I'm going to go ahead and move my little amethyst pebble onto our Aries sign in celebration as we continue to move along this 2026. We are now officially in all of our new years of the 2026, of the Chinese New Year, year of the fire horse, and now we are in our spring equinox zodiac new year. It's also my birthday season, so of course, happy birthday to my Aries Ram gang, and to all my beloveds whose birthdays are in Aries. And also, I hope you had a wonderful Pisces new moon that we are still in the post shadows of. That was on the 18th. And that was our final new moon in the zodiac wheel, as Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, which is a completion, as new moons are considered for new cycles. They're also completions. So we have the infinity sign here on the harmonic flight, and also as I do the infinity sign with the Palo Santo to cleanse and clear. Infinity, the symbol, or when you do this, the movement of the infinity sign, that indicates ending old cycles, beginning new cycles. It clears that energetic space. And that is what this Pisces new moon, that is what this Aries season and the spring equinox is all about. Ending old cycles, beginning new cycles. And that is what we have been setting our intentions and working very strongly towards for quite some time now. You can see I have some cards that are already pulled out, but I will go into those after we do our heart chakra sound bowl healing. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I am an intuitive artist, intuitive healing artist, and I pull from the highest frequencies from the gracious, omnipresent, divine, God, Holy Spirit of conscious love. My mission here is to heal the heart of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine through conscious love. So all of my intentions are always to give you some soul guidance on your journey in conscious love. And if you are returning family and friend, welcome back, beloveds. I'm so grateful that you are here. I hope you can hear me okay. I just had to sneeze, get that Palo Santo right up in the nose. Blesses, blessings on blessings is what is in those sneezes. I love that. Every time, as soon as I start channeling, anything and everything is a message that comes through. So let's go ahead and get started. I hear that car in the background revving up. So if you want to join me on the heart chakra healing, you can place your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. I've got melodies in my head coming through. So much, so many. I'm hearing it's beginning to look a lot like spring. I'm also hearing love is in the air. Spring is in the air. And so, with this heart awakening as the birth of spring begins, after the dead of winter, and this week in the Midwest where I'm at, it was literally winter at the beginning of this week, and by the end of this week it is almost 90 degrees. We went from a snowstorm on the first day of spring break to 90-degree weather by the last day. And I feel like that is the theme of this year, the theme of our soul awakenings, the theme of the road to conscious love is some days you're going to be in the dead of winter, and some days you're going to be in the bloom of spring. And some days it may be all in one day where you feel all the emotions. And that's okay. That's called a full day. We're human beings. We are given all these emotions in order for us to feel. So let yourself feel them. Let them be released, because a lot of the times things that are being felt that might feel like, regression or past emotions that you thought you had ended or closed or completed or healed through, another layer's coming through so that you can heal that or release that. Because what we're doing is we are coming back into our true authentic self. It's not about healing as if we're broken. We're all perfect and whole as we are. We have just forgotten who we are. We have just been pinched off, as Abraham Hicks likes to say. We have been out of alignment with our true authentic self, with the gracious, omnipresent, divine love. And so, be gentle, be kind with yourself and with others. Not to mention that today is also Mercury goes direct after the last 3 or 4 weeks of it being in retrograde in Pisces. So that's some big energy. We still have a couple of weeks of post shadow of Mercury from the Mercury retrograde. So whatever it was these past few weeks that you have been contemplating on, whatever it was that has been coming up for you, this is the time to really reflect. This is the time to really look at what direction you want to go in. Especially with the powerful week this is, and this weekend is with the equinox, spring Aries season, with the new moon in Pisces, and with Mercury going direct. Emotions are running high, and nothing is set in stone here in the Moonology. There has been a lot of back and forth, up and down, in and out, because you are recalibrating, you are regulating, you are integrating the new version of you. And I say the new version, but it's really the true version. Thank you, Spirit, for that correction. So yes, emotions are running high, but do not fret, because luck is on your side. So you are in the midst of manifesting. You are in the midst of reclaiming your energy. And you are in the midst of this beautiful harmonic flight of awakening to your divine soul counterpart and your soul truth, your true authentic being. And when you look into the eyes of your divine counterpart, you are looking into the eyes of the gracious, omnipresent divine. You see, I'm hearing India Ari's song, I see the God in you. That's what this is about. That's what this is about. Seeing the divine in your beloved, in the eyes of your beloved, and being seen, your divinity being seen through the eyes of your beloved. So honor yourself this weekend as we are manifesting, planting seeds with faith, with love-based faith, not fear-based faith. So even though the emotions are running high, these emotions can be emotions in love, in harmony, in confusion. It could go back and forth where you feel very, very excited, very, very in love, and then the next minute, next second, you might feel this wave of doubt and fear. And that's okay, because nothing is yet set in stone. That's okay, because you are still learning. You're still reclaiming your energy. That is okay, because when you do see the divine in your beloved, and your beloved sees the divine in you, it will trigger your ego, because the ego does not want to be seen does not want you to be seen in that authentic purity, because the ego is the false formed, created personality that has been made to keep you safe and small, made to protect you from your past experiences that were not safe to love, were not safe to open your heart, were not safe to trust. But today I was reading my daily divine, or my daily devotions for this daily divine. I was reading my daily devotions, and last year on this day, because sometimes I reread my devotions. Actually, I've been rereading one of the books, Believing in Myself, since 2012, because it's the book that kept me together when I dropped out of college for musical theater and moved back home and felt like, my dreams were crumbling down. But this book, every year, every day, even though I have read them every day, every year since 2012, that's 14 years, I have still found something every day that is a reminder. And even in my our daily bread, when I like to read on my Christian beliefs, because I do come from a Christian background, as well as a holistic spiritual fluid background. So I practice all different types of religious practices, you could say, but they're all pointing to the same direction, and that is conscious love. So that's my religion. So I don't know why I felt like I needed to explain that. I didn't need to, but maybe someone wanted to hear that. But during reading our daily bread today, it was last year's edition, and this day, yet last year, it was talking about trust. trust in God. And I call God gracious, omnipresent, divine. And there was a question that said, when do you not believe in God, or something like, or when you not trust in God, put your trust in God. And I wrote a quote underneath that, and I remember hearing a download from divine telling me, stop looking for reasons to not trust in love. Stop looking for reasons to not trust love. God is love. Cultivate love-based faith. Stop looking for reasons to not trust love, divine love. And we do that as a protective mechanism from the ego when we have been hurt in love, when we have been hurt by people who we have loved or have said to love us. And if you were young enough and were hurt by a beloved or by someone that you loved or loved you, it is easy to, your brain chemistry automatically shifts into protection mode of, you are not safe to trust these people that you love. And so growing up, your brain gets altered to believe that from then on out. And it takes conscious choices to rewire your brain chemistry, to unlearn these false agreements and limiting beliefs and disempowering beliefs. That's why we are reclaiming our energy this weekend. We are reclaiming our energy, and we're reclaiming our love. We're reclaiming love. Unconditional trust. That is faith. Faith is believing something so hard that you don't have to see it to know that it is true. And you get to choose on which spectrum, fear or love, of what kind of faith you're holding. Are you holding faith in, I know that something bad's gonna happen, I know I can't trust this person? Or are you cultivating love-based faith of, I know that I can trust this person. I know that all things are working out for my greatest and highest good. I know that I am manifesting a divine, beautiful, conscious love. I know. I believe so hard that luck is on my side. I believe so hard that God is always working things out for my greatest and highest good. Because you see how many be impeccable with your words are out here? The first agreement from Don Miguel Ruiz, 4 Agreements, which, by the way, I'm listening to the audiobook on YouTube. I don't know if you ever knew that that was a thing, because I didn't. So if you want to just read the book via audiobook, but you don't want to you don't have the Kindle audio or Amazon, whatever it is, you can just go on YouTube and look up the 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And it's only like 2.5 hours. So something that you guys might want to take a look at. But be impeccable with your word are out here 3 times. Become the white magician. What does that mean? It means to be pure with your word. It means all magic that you possess is based on your word. You can cast spells all the time with your opinions. You can either put a spell on someone with your word, or you can release someone from a spell. What spells are we manifesting to our beloved, in our divine beloved counterpartship? Are we constantly gossiping about our beloved? Are we constantly putting our beloved down behind their back? Are we constantly doubting this harmonious flight? Are we doubting ourselves? Are we blaming the other? Because if we're doing that, then we are putting that love in a chokehold, and you're not letting it grow. You're cultivating fear-based faith instead of love-based faith. To have great faith is to have great power, because your intent, your will, is undivided. When your word isn't dissipated by doubt, the power of your word becomes even stronger. Do you know what the opposite of doubt is? Faith, belief. You can't believe something and doubt something at the same time. Just like you can't be in fear and in love at the same time. Just like you cannot be in the problem-minded space and the solution-minded space at the same time, because they're different frequencies. That's like trying to be on the radio dial of 97.3, K-Love Christian music, but you're actually, on 103.3 Hot Jams, and you're like, why am I not listening to Christian music? Or when I'm trying to, but you're on a different station. You're on a different station. It doesn't mean the station you're on is bad necessarily, but it's not the station that you're trying to be on if you're trying to be on that station. Does that make sense? You have to literally dial yourself to the alignment of what it is that you are manifesting. You have to dial your energy to the alignment of what it is that you are claiming, reclaiming, and manifesting. Do you hear what I'm saying? Hit that like button if you do. You have to align yourself with your truest, authentic, divine self if you want to come into alignment with your true, authentic, divine counterpart. You have to align yourself with love and unconditional trust if you want to manifest a harmonious relationship. You cannot be in doubt and fear and expect a harmonious, loving relationship. It sounds like common sense, but we do this all the time. I included. That's why this is a message for the whole collective. Because I will find myself not speaking with integrity sometimes about myself or my beloved or my counterpartship or my path, my road to conscious love. And all that does is it takes me in and out of alignment. All it does is it makes the waves go crashing like this. And you can't set anything in stone if you are constantly running your emotions high and low and high and low. And it doesn't mean that that's not going to happen. Our emotions, we can't control our emotions, but we can control our energy. We can control what kind of thoughts and the directions we want our energy to flow in. You get to reclaim that this weekend. Speak with integrity. I have the divine light alchemy in the background for this solstice coming to an end. So I may have to hit the pause button here in a minute when it goes to commercial. But I'm going to say this. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or to gossip about others. What we just say. Use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. Can't make it up. What did I just say? You get to choose to point your energy in your direction. My Angelou says you are responsible for the energy you bring into the room. That's the only thing that you're responsible for. It's the only thing that you can control. 1 minute. I'm going to turn this off. So, I hope that this is resonating with who it needs to. I trust that this is reaching whoever needs to hear this message. We have the last agreement. Always do your best. Honor yourself. Honor the man or woman that you are. Take the risk to express your dream. Taking action is about living fully and expressing what you are. You are love. That's what you are. That's what your counterpart is. When we continuously look for reasons to not trust our beloved, to not trust God, gracious, omnipresent, divine, to not trust ourselves, to not trust this counterpart ship, to not trust this journey. We are dishonoring all that is being manifested for our greatest and highest good. Looking for reasons to not trust is a form of protection, I know. But it doesn't have to be that way anymore, beloved. You are safe to trust. You are safe to love. You are safe to be in love. That's what this new Aries spring equinox is telling us. That's why that's what Pisces in its final degrees, critical karmic point degrees of the new moon, in the final hours, minutes of Pisces season, we have the new moon, so that we can start new cycles in what it is that we are manifesting, planting, and what it is that we are ending. So you get to decide now which direction you're moving in, because truly, truly, this is a brand new beginning. All of the slates have been wiped clean. So do your best to reclaim your energy, reclaim the energy of this love, reclaim the energy of your connection, reclaim the energy of your divine counterpart, because holding on to the past, continuing to gossip about yourself, continuing to gossip about that person, continuing to share all of the things that are not going right, or the things that have happened 6 months ago, 6 years ago, 60 years ago, are just repeating the same cycle. And it's time to drop that story, because you have a new story that's waiting to be told. And you get to choose to tell it. You get to choose how it unfolds with the divine, because you and divine are unfolding this journey, your life together. Yes, we all have free will. Yes, your divine counterpart also has free will. So no, you can't force them to love you back in the way that you want them to, but what you can do is you can accept them as they are, where they are. You can accept what they're able to give now, and trust that luck is on your side. And trust that if you are divinely meant to be, that as you align with your truest, highest, truest, authentic heart space of love, of unconditional trust, trusting without conditions, trusting without having to see them behave in a certain way, trusting that they, without having to have all these conditions in place in order for you to trust. That's not faith. That's a transaction. And what we're doing is we're breaking the cycles of these false loves, of these false beliefs and agreements of what we thought love was, of conditional love, of codependent love, of transactional love, so that we can now truly move into this road of conscious love, this journey, this harmonic flight, where you harmoniously lift each other up, raise each other up to your highest, truest, authentic, perfect self that you are. You don't have to prove anything to anyone, because you as you are, and they don't have to prove anything to anyone or to you, because they are perfect as they are. And where you are in your journey is perfectly where you're supposed to be, because this is where you are reclaiming your energy. So don't believe that where you are is the set in stone end all be all. Emotions are everywhere. Remember that, right? You are planting seeds. You are cultivating faith. You get to choose what kind of faith you want to cultivate, fear-based faith or love-based faith. But always honor yourself. Always honor your beloved. Remember the words and the choices, the opinions, the gossip, whatever it is that you are choosing to speak and use is an energy that you are bringing into the room, into the flight, into the ship. So just remember that, okay? That's all you can control. And the rest is up to the gracious, omnipresent, divine, God. And with that said, beloved, I hope that this message helped you. And if it did, hit that like button. If you would like to be a part of my small vibe tribe, definitely subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can know whenever I go live. And until next time, my beautiful beloveds, I will see you in the next moon. Have a blessed weekend. Peace and love. Namaste. Bye.